This video is going to explain three important concepts, and that is the concept of orders, legs, and manifests. In the system, orders equal the shipment. The orders are the shipment. So for example, if I scroll down here and I look at this shipment, it is picking up in Fremont, California, and it is going to somewhere in Texas. The order is also what will eventually be the invoice. So this is the amount that I anticipate the rate for the shipment to be. So $1,999. So eventually when this shipment is delivered and I've invoiced it, I'm going to invoice for the quote that I've put on the order. Legs appear once the order has made it to book status. So that's what we're looking at here. The legs tell you how the shipment was picked up and delivered. Legs are what dispatchers use to assign the pickups and deliveries to drivers. Right now, this leg is not assigned. I know that it's not assigned because if I look at the status of the leg, it says available. I also can see that in the manifest column, there's nothing there. Manifests are what dispatchers use to dispatch to drivers or to partner carriers. So I'm going to dispatch this leg right now so you can see how it changes. This is one of the ways that you can dispatch. Your company might not do it this way. I just want you to see how this changes after the load has been dispatched. So I'm going to click Create Manifest, and I'm going to assign it to driver John. When I took those steps, it created something called a manifest, which we're looking at in the manifest column now. We can see that the manifest M0004 is assigned to driver John Doe. So from here, anybody who's inside this order would know that it has been planned on that driver. Eventually, the status changes will happen from the driver mobile app, and it will update the status of the order. So this order shows booked. It's been dispatched to driver John. Eventually, driver John is going to mark the order as picked up. I'm going to do that manually from here. And what you're going to see happen is the order status is going to change to in transit, and the leg status has changed to picked up. Eventually, the driver is going to deliver the leg. So I'm going to mark the order as delivered now. The order shows delivered and the leg now shows delivered. That's because I've said that driver John has picked up and delivered the load. I'm going to go into the manifest details page now. So if you notice, this is a link. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to open this in its own tab so we can have the order and the manifest open side by side. The last thing I want you to just understand is that manifests are where you have costs. So as I mentioned earlier, the order, so in this case order Acme-2, that's going to eventually turn into the invoice, and I'm going to invoice the customer for the quote amount. I'm going to have to pay the driver as well. So driver John is obviously going to get paid for this work, and you can kind of see it hinted here how much driver John is going to get paid. And that's all the details of that are going to be on the manifest. So the manifest, I'm inside manifest M0004 now. Driver John was dispatched. He picked up this shipment and he delivered this shipment. And at the very, very bottom, there is a section called the cost estimate section. And driver John's pay has been set up to be pay per mile and pay per stop. If that's not how you pay your drivers, don't worry about it. There's another section on how you set up driver pay, but driver John, for example, gets paid per mile and per stop. So when I dispatched this driver on this manifest with this work, the system calculated how many miles the driver drove and how many stops there were. And since driver John is getting paid 75 cents a mile and $20 per stop, his pay is $1,465. So the most important thing I just want you to understand from this video is that orders equal a shipment and they equal the revenue. And legs tell you how the shipment was picked up and delivered, and the way that they tell you how is by looking at the manifest. The manifest is what dispatchers use to dispatch drivers on.